안녕하세요. In this video, we are going to review the number systems in Korean. This is part 2, and in part 2, we're going to cover pure Korean number systems. Like we've already learned, there are two Korean number systems, Sino-Korean numbers and pure Korean or native Korean numbers. So they are used for different contexts, so that's what you need to learn. Native Korean number system, let's just, try to review together. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, right? And then it's 열하나 if you have 11, which is 10 plus 1. It was the same rules you can apply. The Sino-Korean number system is the same thing. Like you can just say 11, like combination of 10 and 1. It also is the same process for native Korean numbers. So this is going to be 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. When you use these Korean native number system, there are 5 native Korean numbers that goes through some changes, especially when used with noun counters. So for example, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, and 스물, which is 20, they become 한, 두, 세, 네, 스무, respectively. So we'll just practice with 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. When you count animal, you use 마리, right? So it's 한 마리, 두 마리, 세 마리, 네 마리. So remember that it's not 하나 마리, 둘 마리, 셋 마리, and 넷 마리. It's 한, 두, 세, 넷. Although it's 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷 when you're just counting the numbers only, right? And the rest of them are just, same. 다섯 마리, 여섯 마리, 일곱 마리, 여덟 마리, 아홉 마리, and 열 마리. And there's the generic noun counter, which is 개. So you can just count a lot of items using 개. So 한 개, this is 사과, right? 사과 한 개, 두 개, 세 개, 네 개, 한, 두, 세, 네, 다섯 개, 여섯 개, 일곱 개, 여덟 개, 아홉 개, 열 개. So if you want to practice, you can go back and pause the video and then you can just practice on your own. And let's just imagine this is a person. When you count a person or people, then you use the counter noun 명. So it's 한 명, 두 명, 세 명, 네 명, 다섯 명, 여섯 명, 일곱 명, 여덟 명, 아홉 명, 열 명. When it comes to books, we do have a special noun counter, which is 권. So it should be 한 권, 두 권, 세 권, 네 권, 다섯 권, 여섯 권, 일곱 권, 여덟 권, 아홉 권, 열 권. When we count hours, it's combined with the noun 시간. 시간 can be a noun or the counter noun for the hours. And when you count hours, you use native Korean number system. So it's 1시간, 2시간, 3시간, 4시간, 5시간, 6시간, 7시간, 8시간, 9시간, 10시간. When you count month, we use the noun counter 달. Do you remember how you talk about your birthday? When you talk about birthday or special, just one certain date, you use 월. But when you are counting the month, the number of month, we use 달. So it's 한 달, 두 달, 세 달, 네 달, 다섯 달, 여섯 달, 일곱 달, 여덟 달, 아홉 달, 열 달. And of course, when you talk about your age, you can use these native Korean numbers combined with the noun counters 할. If you want to talk about your parents' age or grandparents' age, you might need, bigger numbers like this. So it's the same rule. So you just combine them. 11 for 11 and 21 for 21. When you ask each other age, you can use the question like 몇 살이에요? 몇 살이에요? Then you can just say like 저는 35살이에요. And be careful with 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. So if you are 63 years old, then you should say 63살, not 셋. So 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, they actually take different forms when it's combined with the noun counter. You should remember that. Let's practice with the following numbers. Let's imagine you're talking about your family member's age. So first of all, 27 years old, maybe your cousin, and 27살이에요. Maybe another cousin, or maybe your uncle or aunt, 31 years old, and you say 31, but it should become 한 if you want to talk about age. So 31살이에요. If your parents are like 59, for example, then you say 59살이세요. Because you're talking about your parents. 이세요, not 이에요. Let's imagine that you're talking about your grandparents who is 76 years old. Then you probably would say 76살이세요. And your grandparents 94살이세요. So just remember that 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, they become different. Like 하나, 한, 둘, 두, 셋, 세, 넷, 네. When they are combined with the noun counters. Okay, just to let you know, well, there are some special cases. 저는 오늘 산과 공부해요. 저는 오늘 새과 공부해요. Both are perfect Korean, grammatically perfect, very accurate, but they are actually different in terms of meaning. Just notice that there's one difference. Hopefully you notice that. 삼 and 세. So 과 is lesson. So the first one, 저는 오늘 3과 공부해요. This is sign number system. So when you talk about a certain lesson, then you use sign number system. So it's going to be, I studied lesson 3 today. But you use native number systems 해 when you count something. So you count lessons you study today. So, I studied 3 lessons today. So you study lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Then you can say, 저는 3과 공부해요. So to summarize, 3과 refers to lesson 3, while 3과 refers to 3 lessons. Alright, and you should also remember the word order when you are counting something. You put noun first and then the number and the counter noun. So for example, this is 가방. You should say 가방 first. 가방, and then this is 1, so you should say 한, and then the 개 is a counter. 가방 한 개. Now you have very cute younger siblings. Then you say 동생 2명. You have 3 books. Then you say 책 3권. You have 4 dogs as your pets. So cute. Then you say 개 4마리. Right? Okay, so you say noun first and then the number and the counter noun for a phrase like 2 textbooks, 교과서 2권. What if you want to say this in a complete sentence? Like, for example, like you want to say, I have 2 textbooks. Then you say noun first. Then you add this subject particle, 이 or 가. Then you say number and counter. Then you say 있어요. 있어요 for I have, right? I have. So you would say 저는 교과서가 2권 있어요. Of course, you don't have to say 저는 because we know that you have it. So 교과서가 2권 있어요. Then I have 2 textbooks. So remember this structure, noun plus particle 이 or 가 and number and counter noun and 있어요. How can you say these 2 sentences? I have 1 umbrella and I have 3 dogs. You can pause the video and then try to answer on your own, then check the answer. Umbrella is 우산, so you say 우산 first, then 우산 이, 한, 개, 있어요. I have 1 umbrella. 개, 가, 세 마리 있어요. So try to just remember this order. Sometimes it might be a little bit confusing, but when you talk about the possession or maybe existence, then you have to follow this order. Let's practice a little bit more. If you want to say there is 1 book, then you would say 책이 한 권 있어요. 책이 2권 있어요. 책이 3권 있어요. For animals, you should use 마리. 개가 한 마리 있어요. 개가 몇 마리 있어요? 개가 8마리 있어요. 개가 몇 마리 있어요? 개가 9마리 있어요. Now, this is the homework time. I want you to post a picture of entities or items or people on the discussion board on iCollege. And you should respond to at least 2 pictures your classmates posted using the structure we've just learned. 윤정 선생님은 lipstick is lipsticks, the cosmetics. 립스틱이 5개 있어요. So try to remember the structure and finish this homework by 5 p.m. today. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.